It is early, probably about 6:30, and I'm just heading to an estate sale. It's probably about an hour and a half away from my house. Hopefully going to be there by 8 o'clock and then wait in line for an hour and then have a look around and see what I can find. But yeah, I just saw this last night, probably about 9:30, and then decided I should get up early and go check it out. It's going to be a cold morning, so I dressed in some layers. And yeah, if you've ever been to an estate sale, a lot of the ones, there's usually a lineup outside for about 45 minutes before they open. So yeah, we're going to check it out and see if we can find anything cool, and I'll let you guys know when we get there. Okay guys, we have made it to the estate sale, and there's about a half hour until it opens, but it doesn't look like there's too many people here. Traffic was horrible in this town. I don't know what they're doing, but they have the main street closed off, so a lot of traffic is just at a dead stop in the main center of town. So it was hard to get here on its own, but then on top of it, there's been a lot of snow today. So, yeah, maybe a lot of people either are going to be later or not going to make it. But usually by this time, there's a lineup right outside the door and right to the road. I'm going to stay in my car as long as I can and stay warm. And yeah, so in about a half hour, I'll be going in to check things out. Hopefully there's some good stuff. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now. Okay guys, I am back, and I spent $70 and I got a few things here. So yeah, pretty decent sale. There wasn't a lot of older stuff, but I managed to find some of the vintage stuff. I'll start over here with this. This is a Nintendo NES power pad, and it was $25. And the reason why I bought it is because it's in the original box. It has the original literature with it. So I think that'll do fairly well on even Marketplace. I'll probably list it for 100 and just wait, and somebody will eventually want it. It's really cool. It's got the original 1980s graphics. Next up, this vintage AFX Speedway Racing Challenge set was cool. With these, you want to make sure that they have the original cars in them, because a lot of people take the cars out and resell just the cars. They tend to be more valuable than the actual set itself. So if you're ever looking, just make sure that they have the cars, and sometimes you can even look them up and see what they go for. Yeah, that was $15. And over here, I'll reach around here. There's a little vintage Pepsi can for 75 cents. And then there's a lot of pens in this cup for $1. And I think I brought this up before, but if you're ever out hunting, it's always good to look at pens, because in the cup full of pens was these two. And these are vintage. One's a Schaefer and one's a Whale, and the Whale is very expensive. I was so happy to find that. And to top it off, I'm going to try and show you here, but these both have 14 karat gold nibs on them, they call them, or the writing point. So if you can see that, might be hard to see right now, but that little end is 14 karat gold. And I believe I've weighed them out before. I believe it's about $50 worth of gold value in that alone. But this pen is probably $150 or $200 pen on its own. So yeah, for $1, you can't beat that. Always good to look for pens, because most people just walk right by them. They're not really interested, and especially at estate sales. Thrift stores, they may find them a little bit easier, and they'll probably separate them out. But yeah, that is a really nice vintage ink pen, and it'll sell very well. And this one also has the 14 karat gold nib on it. So those two pens will pay for everything that I bought today, plus a little bit more. Next up, we have some vintage watches. And that's another good thing to watch for is vintage watches. This one's a Chalet. It's Swiss made and it works. Really cool dial, really cool face on it. I'm going to see if I can polish it up, and this might be my like everyday wearing watch. I just like that kind of mid-century style. So yeah, that's a good, this was each of the watches were $1, so I that's the first thing I grabbed when I went in. This one's a vintage one. It's also a Swiss made watch called Traditions. It's a little bit beat up, but there's always a market for these. People are always going to want parts and pieces, so, and a lot of watchmakers will just go on eBay to buy their watches. So I mean, for $1, like I could list that and it can sit on eBay for a little while, and somebody will eventually want to pick it up for parts or for to fix their watch, or to fix this watch. So yeah, those are some cool items. There's another watch here. It's called the Diplomat, and 17 jewel as well, Swiss made. So yeah, for $1 I just picked up the 3 Swiss watches, and then there was pins that were $3 for 6, and this was the first one. I believe this is sterling silver. It is a really old, kind of like an eagle. So that was one of them. There's this junior KLM stewardess pin, probably from the 50s. And then a couple more here. I'll just show you the bag. Royal Canadian Air Force, and then like a little cat pin from the 50s or 60s. And this one was kind of a shot in the dark. I don't know if it'll pay off or not. I have to look it up. It is a vintage metal of some kind. I'm gonna have to look that up. I think I threw it in my bag and just I was gonna look it up later, but I never did. And then I got to the checkout and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get it now. So anyways, also there are some cool vintage posters. I believe there's a vintage Garfield one there, and then a vintage concert poster here. So yeah, for $70 I think we'll do fairly well. I'm gonna continue shopping around to estate sales. I'm gonna try and get my name out there to try and buy estate collections, and we're gonna try and grow this channel and grow our profits and see how well we can do. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.